Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's goody? What's goody?
Lab Addicts Music Group.
Okay. I think the mic. Yeah, I think the mic is dead. So gonna switch. We're gonna switch things up. I know this microphone is better, but I apologize. Blood files. Y'all can't hear me. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, I changed the microphone. This microphone was dead, so I had to change the microphone. I apologize, you all, but yeah, I've been gone for a minute, almost 2 weeks, and I really missed you all. And I'm not sure if you all heard this, but before we go any further, I get to give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, see another sunrise, see another sunset, and another chance to love on the people that we cherish. Now, with that being said, I missed you all. I missed my interactions with my peoples. And tonight, I just wanted to have a conversation with y'all. I got some topics that we're going to talk about. But tonight's question is, are we safe? Are we safe? April Showers. Shouts out to April Showers. She just had her 63rd birthday. Happy birthday, April Showers, and happy 63rd birthday. April Showers, she put it out there how old she was. April Showers, you look good for 63, lady. But yeah, happy birthday, April Showers. But I got some topics to talk about tonight. Cause what a time to be alive. What a time. all the craziness that's been going on. Trump takes over Washington, D.C. The National Guard has rolled into town. They're going through all of the projects. They're going through all of the black neighborhoods, harassing people, asking them for their IDs, telling them that even though marijuana is legal in Washington, D.C., that they can't smoke outside. Now, when I lived in Washington, D.C., people that worked on Capitol Hill always walked around smoking joints right on Capitol Hill. Things have changed. Things have changed. We're going to talk about that tonight. And I got my peoples that are in the DMV area that are watching, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to chime in about what they've seen and what's going on in Washington, D.C. They actually have roadblocks with 20 to 30, a mixture of officers, because there's so many different jurisdictions of police in Washington, D.C. You got the federal police, you got the park police, you got the Capitol police, you got the Washington, D.C. police, you got the FBI police, you got the federal police. So there's a lot of jurisdictions of police that operate in Washington, D.C. And you mix that in with the National Guard, that's a lot of manpower. That's a lot of manpower. And we're also going to stay on the East Coast. We're going to talk about the late night ice cream trucks. And if you haven't been seeing the videos in Virginia, and there's some other cities that have been noticing this as well, there are ice cream trucks that are riding around at 12 o'clock midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, playing ice cream music like they're trying to lure kids outside. Now, between August 3rd and August 9th, in the state of Virginia, 88 children were reported as missing. And the police there have basically said that it's no big deal. Lots of those children are just running away. Why do we have ice cream trucks riding around at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning playing loud ice cream music? I got some videos. We're going to look at those. But what is, and we're not going to not talk about this and not talk about the people that are making these videos. Now, if it was my neighborhood and there was an ice cream truck riding around at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, I would go stop the ice cream truck. And I would question him, why are you out at 3 o'clock in the morning? No children are out. What are you up to? And I've seen some videos where some people did follow the ice cream truck. And then they were followed by another van. So we're going to talk about this stuff. Are we safe in America, even with what President Trump is doing? And don't think that he's going to stop at just Washington, D.C. It's probably coming to a Republican state near you. And today it came out, unverified, that there are 20,000 new cases of HIV in Atlanta. Now, Atlanta was already the #1 city for new HIV cases in America, where 4.8% of all new HIV cases are in the Atlanta metropolitan area. Are these numbers real? And even if the numbers aren't real, should it be a wake-up call to people who are living precarious lives when it comes to their sexual proclivities? Is Atlanta a destination place, how it was in the 90s and the early 2000s? And is Houston not far behind Atlanta? Because you have a lot of people that are moving to Atlanta, moving to Houston. Houston also has a sexual STDs problem. It's not just AIDS in Houston, it's all of the STDs that they are having issues with in Houston. But we're going to talk about that as well. And lastly, I have female friends who laugh at me about how much I poop. But on the other hand, they have problems pooping. And it's not just one or two women, it's a lot of women. So I did some research. And what I found out is that women get more constipated than men. So you all are full of shit in more ways than one. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But yeah. And there are reasons why women have more constipation problems than men. And we're going to talk about that tonight as well. Why women have problems pooping. But we've gone through the first 15 minutes of the show, and y'all already know. To my people that are watching on Instagram, on Rumble, and on Facebook, it's time for you to come to YouTube. And with that being said, shouts out to my people that are watching on Facebook, but come over here to YouTube. Same thing to my people that are watching on Instagram and Rumble. Now back to you. So yeah, those are the topics we're going to talk about tonight, because I really didn't have a topic that I did any research on, because I've still been busy with life. But I couldn't go another night without seeing my peoples. But the first thing we're going to talk about is, how do you all feel about what is going on in Washington, D.C.? And if you don't live in the Washington, D.C. area, and you live in a Republican-controlled state, if you have a problem with crime, in President Trump's eyes, will he deploy the National Guard to your city? I think Chicago is next on that list. I think they're going to swoop into Chicago and try to get as many of the guns out of Chicago as they can. But to my people that are in Washington, D.C., what is going on in D.C., and how do you all feel about this occupation by different National Guard units throughout the nation that have converged on Washington, D.C. to rid the city of crime? Now, before Donald Trump got there, there was a week in which D.C. did not have any murders. Donald Trump is trying to take credit for that, even though the week of no murders happened before the National Guard arrived. Exactly, April shower. Exactly, April showers. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that April showers. Why? I don't think that they're even kind of worried about the kids looking for ice cream. I think that they're going to neighborhoods where there may be children out late at night like that would run to an ice cream truck. Now, here in Cincinnati, before school started, it was normal to see teenagers, some younger than teenagers, out on the streets, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was normal. School's out. That was a normal thing. But I don't think, even though I don't think children should be out that late at night, unaccompanied by an adult, I still think it's more weirder that an ice cream truck is, we'll talk about Trump in DC in a minute. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about these ice cream trucks. And the 88 children that came up missing between August the 3rd and August the 9th in Virginia. And there are people that are trying to correlate these ice cream trucks that are riding around at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, blaring ice cream truck music between the two. So, like I said, I got a couple of videos. Of late night ice cream trucks in neighborhoods. Now, I don't know how you all feel, but I think it's extremely weird that an ice cream truck would be coming through a neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I think it's even weirder that nobody approached the truck. Because what is an ice cream truck going to do to you as an adult if you approach them and ask them, why are you riding through the neighborhood at 2? I think that's weird as well, that nobody confronted any of these ice cream trucks. Like, why are you riding around this neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning with your ice cream truck music blaring? But we're going to get to this first video.
Story of her and her friend following an ice cream truck, and this is what happened. It's kind of long-winded and crazy. So this is the girl. Her and her friend waited for 45 minutes until they found an ice cream truck in their neighborhood, which normally does not show up in late hours. Once they found an ice cream truck, they followed him around for about 50 minutes until he turned onto a road that's off the main road, covered in what looks like trees, just not a road you normally would take. Followed him for a very short period of time and then realized it's probably not a good idea. To which they turned back, and then shortly after, the ice cream truck turned around and was right behind them without the music playing and started following them. To which they drove into a store called Sheets, which is normally open, but it was closed when they got out to go inside. To which she said the man got out of the truck, he was rather dirty, and came up to them and said, "Who follows around an ice cream truck in the middle of the night?" She tells him about the news and all the missing children, to which he had this to say: "Do you want to do stuff to prove you can be trusted?" And that he puts children adrenaline into adult Jewish people and then walks away. He was probably just messing with them, but then shortly after, this white van started following them around, and they got him on video at the very end. Eventually, they evaded him, but you'll see him right here. Definitely don't be following ice cream trucks.
Would you want to see that dude late at night? Crazy. So what y'all say about that? What do you all say about that? Look at this, you all. It's 1:30 in the morning. It's 1:30 in the morning. The ice cream truck is riding down the street with its music blaring. What children are outside buying ice cream?
Father, another winter without... Excuse me, I have a question.
What? Y'all don't find that weird? That's crazy. I know April Shower said she would mind her business and she wouldn't follow the truck. And then she said it's creepy. She wouldn't confront them. I think that what can they do? They're in an ice cream truck. And I'm gonna walk up with my phone in my hand, taping them. But if there was an ice cream truck riding through my neighborhood at 2:00 in the morning, I would try to stop the ice cream truck and ask him what's going on. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. I got another video. I mean, this is weird. Do you all think it's weird that an ice cream truck would be riding? I think it's weird that if the ice cream truck that will be riding around later than 10 o'clock, let alone 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Lately, people on TikTok have been noticing that ice cream trucks are showing up to their neighborhoods at midnight trying to lure kids with their loud music. To be fair, it's not uncommon for ice cream trucks to pass through neighborhoods on the weekends, especially during the day, but that's not what's happening here. For some reason, all over the US, these trucks are showing up in the middle of the night in really sketchy neighborhoods. A lot of these trucks don't even look legit, and it looks like some guy just took his van and put LED lights all over it, but users are claiming that these trucks will stay parked in the same spot for upwards of 15 minutes just looping the music over and over. Allegedly, there have been a ton of reports lately of kids going missing in Virginia, as parents are sharing ring camera footage of these trucks driving throughout all hours of the night. People in the area are urging the police to issue Amber Alerts regarding this situation, but literally no major news organizations seem to be talking about this. I don't know how true this one is, but I guess this kid decided to go get the ice cream in the middle of the night and they tried kidnapping him.
What are you doing? No, you're not kidnapping my son.
And I'm not laughing because that's funny, but that's crazy. And I'll say it again. Are we safe? This tonight's poll is, are we safe? And we're going to talk about things that, are we safe? Dark Star, what's going on, Dark Star? Yeah, I missed all my peoples. I missed all y'all. Bud Files, YWG, April Showers, Camille. Man, I had to come back, y'all. I missed y'all. This was a long week and a half. I missed y'all. But yeah, nobody, I mean, you all are ladies, and I can see you all saying that you wouldn't go up to the ice cream truck at 2 o'clock in the morning. But me being a man, if I see an ice cream truck coming through my neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna question him. I'm going to question him. Why? Who is buying an ice cream at 2 o'clock in the morning? Who is buying an ice cream at 2 o'clock in the morning? I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to help me understand that. I'm trying to find the video of the actual people. Me, you keep on talking about your hats, man. Ain't none of these hats. Your head is too big for these hats, man. These hats will sit on your head like a teepee, man. Nah, these hats won't fit your head, man. You will stretch my hat if I let you wear it. I can't do that. But yeah, how do you all feel about that? And what would you do if you saw an ice cream truck in your neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning? I thought that I thought that the I thought the ice cream trucks had a set time that they could be out. Did that change or something? Because I know that the ice cream trucks used to be like, it's almost 10 o'clock. I can't be out here. So has something changed where ice cream trucks can be out 24/7 now? That's weird. That's weird. I don't know how you all feel about that, but that's weird. Camille said, okay. Jug, what's going on, my brother? What's going on with you? So April Shower said, I understand, but you wouldn't think it's a setup to harm you? I mean, Jeepers Creepers. that dude that was driving that white van, he did look he looked crazy. But I'm going to go up to the truck. I don't think I'm going to go up to the truck. But I don't even think that it's the ice cream truck that is doing the snatching. I think that there's another car that drives up after the ice cream truck drives off after those kids have purchased the ice cream and grabs them. I don't think it's the ice cream truck. That would be too obvious. I think that there's a truck, the ice cream truck is working in conjunction with another truck. Like the white van that followed those girls into their park. Those girls were crazy for turning into their parking garage. That was not a smart move to drive, but like a horror movie, I'm gonna drive somewhere where it's gonna be hard for me to get out if I start getting chased. So that right there was, I'm not gonna say they were the smartest people going into a parking garage after they had followed an ice cream truck for 40 minutes. But then to go into a parking garage and the van go in by. Now, what if two cars came in? One car blocked the entrance and then the other car and they got out. What? Now, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So then Camille said, it's not even a real ice cream truck. They're doing some sketchy things. Sheesh. I don't even think I'm just saying. If I see an ice cream truck in my neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm outside, I'm gonna stop the ice cream truck. Now I may stop him under the guise of what you got on. What you got? You got a frozen toes, but I'm going to stop the truck to see what's up. And then after I ask him, does he have a frozen toes or something? Then I'm gonna be like, why are you riding around the neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning? And like April Shower said, why hasn't anyone called the police? People are so enamored with getting a viral video that we're not thinking logically sometimes. But that's just me. That's just me. Dark Star said, ice cream or selling drugs? I don't know. But I just think it's really sketchy, to say the least. Sketchy to say the least. Now, that's just me. Now, I'm trying to find the original ice cream truck video. Okay, here we go. So this is the one. This is from a week ago. And this lady taped the ice cream truck in front of her house for 15 minutes. And she didn't call the police. For 15, if an ice cream truck is sitting in front of my house for 5 minutes.
The way that the ice cream man is parked outside.
I didn't mean to do that.
Because
I didn't. But I don't know about y'all, but I like to be safe. And
ice cream man is parked outside my house, and
an ice cream truck at 2 o'clock in the morning ain't safe. But here we go. The ice cream truck.
Am I tripping because I'm annoyed that the ice cream man is parked outside my house at 9 o'clock at night? Like, there's no kids out there. Nobody's getting ice cream. He's just sitting there playing his loud ass music, and he's been there for like 15 minutes. I don't know if it's because I'm in my garage with the light on that he thinks like maybe somebody's gonna come out or what the deal is. But sir, nobody's getting ice cream at 9 o'clock at night on a fucking school night. Like, why are you outside my garage? Please move on.
She's talking to the camera instead of telling the police. Hey, man. Can't make this stuff up. It's not weird, you all? Hey, I don't know. We living in different times. We're living in different times. Because
am I tripping?
Myself, okay, so there's 88 children missing. Why is it not a big deal? I'll say it again. Tonight's poll is, are we safe? And there's 9 votes, and everybody said, no, we are not safe. Now we're going to move on to exactly. Dark Star said, of course it's weird, and we're old. Yeah, we are old. Older. We're seasoned. We're not old. I'm not old. I'm just seasoned. I'm not old. That word isn't in my vocabulary. But it's weird to us. From our generation, it's weird. Because the ice cream trucks were gone when the street lights came on, just like you was in your house when the street lights came on. So ice cream trucks riding. But like I said, I thought the ice cream trucks could only be out to a certain time. Maybe I'm wrong. April Shower said Master P had a song called Mr. Yeah, I don't think he was talking about ice cream. I don't think he was talking about ice cream bars. I don't think it's the ice cream Master P was talking about. I don't think that's the, yeah. April Showers, you're funny. But yeah, we're going to move on away from child abductors to Trump and his takeover in Washington, D.C. And when you see what's going on in Washington, D.C., how basically he has had the National Guard units from all across the nation that have now converged onto the DMV. I'm not sure if it's the DMV or if it's just Washington, D.C. YWG, if you're still in here, how have things been in Washington, D.C. since the national? And I know you really don't go into D.C. too much, but what have you heard, and have you seen a higher police presence in Charles County since, or is this takeover just confined to the 10 by 10? Right, right. I didn't think I was crazy. The ice cream trucks had to be gone at dusk. They couldn't even be out at dark. The ice cream trucks couldn't even be out. They couldn't operate once it was dark. What has changed? I'm not sure. But I know that the ice cream trucks had to be gone when the sun went down. But is Donald Trump going to take his National Guard units nationwide? YWG said he just seen what's on the news. It's crickets in Maryland and VA. Yeah, I think it's confined by the 10 square miles by 10 square miles. That's a lot of police presence for 10 square miles, man. That's a lot of police. I don't think you need that many police, National Guard units. It's 10 miles by 10 miles. It's a 10-mile box in the middle of Maryland and VA. Wow. YWG, you crazy. You crazy. Trump had the ice cream truck. Okay. April Shower said it's a tag team. Yeah, it's a tag. It's a tag team, April Shower. It's most definitely a tag team. But the takeover is real in Washington, D.C. And I don't think Trump stops in Washington, D.C. Oh, yeah. I already know I got the Mass Appeal shirt on. Got the Mass Appeal shirt on. If you want one, hit me up. Get your Mass Appeal t-shirt. And another reason why and this is off the subject, but another reason why I kind of took a break is because YouTube ain't playing fair. Over my lifetime, I have over 6,000 watch hours, and I should be monetizing them not, and my hours are moving extremely slow. So it was kind of frustrating you all, but yeah, I'm back. I missed y'all. I can't stay away from y'all. YWG said, wow, Darkstar said the ice cream trucks were really ice. YWG after dark. White folks are saying that they don't need the extra police. Well, that's not what the white folks are saying here in Ohio. I've talked to several white people who think that it's excellent what they're doing. But these people have never, they don't go to DC on them. And some of their justifications just didn't make sense. But I listened to them because I'm a conversationalist. But yeah, one person was like, you know, if you've never been to DC and you come to DC, you want to be able to walk around. And I said, yeah. I said, if you go to Chicago or you go to Vegas, you go to California, there's certain areas you're not just going to go walking around, looking around just because you haven't been there. said, what you all, this, I said, there is no crime. And I had to explain to this person that I lived in D.C. for 18 years. I never saw any violence. Take that back. But yeah, it's relative. Stuff happens. Stuff happens. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. Because, a lot of these people are talking from a perspective of never having been or not recently been to Washington, D.C. So to come out and say that there needs to be, it's just, to me, it just sounded like double talk to be in agreement with Donald Trump. It's just the way I looked at it. That's the way I look at it. If Donald Trump says crime is bad in Washington, D.C., then by damn, crime is bad. He's going to take care of it. That's the way I took it. If Donald Trump says it's bad, it's got to be bad. But I live in a Republican-controlled area. And it's not just Republicans. I think it's Trumpers, because there are Republicans that aren't in total agree. They won't say it publicly, but there are Republicans who are not in total agreement with what Donald Trump is doing. They're not going to say it publicly, but yeah. The Republican Party is splintered into all types of the Tea Party, the Republican Party, the conservatives, the liberal conservative. Yeah, I don't know, but everyone is not in agreement with what he's doing. But there are cities and states who are in agreement. And there have been people that are saying that Trump is either going to New York or Chicago next. Could he be coming to your city? New York, Chicago. Those are said the next places that he's going to clean up. And Los Angeles, because they have to get Los Angeles cleaned up because the Olympics is coming. And they have to, like they did back in, was 84, and like they did in Atlanta in 96 when I was in Atlanta, basically they gathered all the homeless people up and took them somewhere outside the city so they wouldn't be seen and wouldn't be panhandling. There was no panhandling during the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta because they gathered all the homeless people up and took them out of the city, just as they're going to do in LA. And it's happening in Washington, D.C. Like I said, there are people that are saying that the National Guard band is going to either Chicago or New York next. I'm gonna say he's going to New York because I would think that he would want to clean up his city before he goes to combat Chicago. Now, we don't know how easy. It's easy to basically take over a 10 by 10 square mile radius if you bring in lots and lots of National Guard units. Because 10 by 10 mile, it's easy to deploy a lot of military personnel in a 10 by 10 square. You can really shut down crime if you deploy the thousands of troops that they have throughout a 10 by 10 mile by 10 mile square box. Yeah, but that's not New York. That's not Chicago. So they're going to target areas when they go to. It's not like taking over just the whole city. There are going to be people that are going to complain that are going to complain, and they're going to say that these places are being targeted. But these places are being targeted because they're crime riddled. So let's not be naive and just think that, yeah, there are places that they're going to target because he wants to get tough on crime. As we've seen here in Cincinnati, as 6 African Americans, FBAs, have been arrested and have appeared in court, but the man who did this slapping has not been arrested. And his lawyer has been able to stonewall the police. So, are you safe? Are we safe? Are we safe? Hey, YWG said it sounds like hillbillies mouthing off because they want to see black folks hurt. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Man, it took 45 minutes for me to say that one time. Hit the like button. Republicans got their lips fixed to his booty cheek. Trump's booty cheeks. Okay. Dark Star said she think it's gonna be Chicago. He made a promise to black folks who wanted to turn it red. Will Chicago be next? Or is it gonna be It's gonna be one of those two. Chicago, New York, or LA. But LA may be doing their own cleanup. Ooh, I didn't think of it that way, YWG, but you are correct. The Olympics will be dry because other countries don't want to visit America. Will that be? I don't know, YWG. The Olympics is a big deal. Olympics is a big deal. I think people are still going to come to the Olympics. Whether they like them, I mean, the Olympics have been held in places that lots of people don't like going, but it just seems like, yeah, the Olympics will, yeah, I don't think that's going to stop people from coming to the Olympics. April Shower said she lives in Illinois. Joliet, my peeps in Chi, send them to the Chi, my fam. Don't come out at night. Nah, for real. Yeah. South side of Chicago is not a safe place at night. Ooh-wee. I know. I've been to, yeah, my family. I grew up going to the south side of Chicago all my life. So I have seen some things in Chicago in my life. I've seen a lot of firsts in Chicago, but yeah, it's going to be Chicago or New York. I think they're next. Dark Star and April Showers think Chicago will be next. I don't know. I'm gonna lean with it's either you want to which city's gonna be. I think New York will be harder because it's larger and it's more dense than Chicago. I think it's gonna depend on they want to do the hard city first or they want to do the what they would consider less harder city first. Right. Juggernaut said everything is changing. You have to watch your surroundings, protect each other. Yeah. Yeah. Things will be better if people thought in terms of we as opposed to me. We've got to go back to thinking and operating as a collective as opposed to individuals because it's about to get rough out here. It's already rough out here, but it's about to get worse. Oh, YWG said, no, they interviewed a lot of foreigners, and they said they don't want to risk being locked up trying to get through that. Wow. YWG said he thinks Dirty Diaper Don is on his way out of here. He's not looking well. Other than assassinations, has a president ever died in office? Other than assassinations, have we had a? I know FDR was right. He was in the wheelchair, but I don't think he was it FDR that was in the wheelchair. He didn't really want to be in the wheelchair because he thought it made him look weak as a president if he was in a wheelchair, but couldn't walk, so he had to be in a wheelchair. Was that FDR? I think it's FDR that was in the wheelchair. Yeah. Has any president ever died in office other than an assassination? I don't think so. I don't think so. That may be a first. That may be a first. Oh, well, I'm drinking Woodford. I'm drinking some very, very nice Woodford. Because you can never go wrong with bourbon, especially Woodford. Especially Woodford. Wow. Dark Star said Mayor Adams has scattered the migrants all over the 5 boroughs of New York. So it's going to be hard. Yeah. I don't know. 6 presidents have died in office. Not assassinated. We're not talking about the Kennedys. We don't want assassinations. We're not. Yeah, it's different. We don't want to talk about assassinations, but like sickness. 5, 6 presidents. Okay. Wow. But it's coming to a city near you. As long as Donald Trump is in office. What would America look like with J.D. Vance as the president? Do you want that? Or would you think they would give him? You think they would get him a body double like Biden? Just ride out them last 2 years with a body double, as opposed to J.D. Vance being the president. You think they would do that? Hypothetically. What would America look like with J.D. Vance as the president? Now I ask again, are we safe? Eisenhower. Okay. So Eisenhower passed away in office from natural causes. Okay. I knew it hadn't been recent. I was thinking it was probably before that. Eisenhower. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about an America led by J.D. Vance. I think they would use a body double for the last 2 years and leave J.D. Vance in the spot where he is. I could be wrong. I'm speaking hypothetically. Let's move on. We've talked about Trump. We've talked about the ice cream trucks. For some reason, I think the ice cream trucks are going to come back up again. But is it a wake-up call? The Morehouse School of Medicine came out today and said that there are 20,000 new cases of AIDS. Now, this has not been corroborated by the CDC, but Morehouse School of Medicine came out today and said that Atlanta has 20,000 new cases in less than a year. 20,000 HIV cases in ATL in the last 8 months. Okay, now here we go. TMI Santiago, what's going on, my brother? What's going on? I don't know where that conversation went with y'all. Wow. Oh, wow. So, new HIV case rate in Atlanta, third highest in the nation. And then there's a study, there was a story that came out on 11 Live. No, that was in June. We're talking about now. Where basically they are saying that there is an outbreak of HIV. Is this a wake-up call? I mean, if people aren't using condoms while having dangerous sex, will they ever? Wow. Dark Star said she can't believe it. She said too many passport bros are bringing HIV back to the States. What? I think TMI Santiago would probably disagree with that if he's still in there. Wow. 20,000. Is it a wake-up call? And I'll ask this again. Is Atlanta a destination? Is Atlanta a place where people want to move? I think that phase is gone. I think the people that are going to Atlanta now are just going for nostalgia, to say that the best years to live in Atlanta was from 1990 to 2000. 1990 to 2000. After 2000, there's a lot of lollipops walking around. After 2000, and it was time to go. It's time to go. There's too many lollipops walking around. And I'm not with the lollipops. It was time to go. But Atlanta, even if there aren't 20,000 new cases of AIDS in Atlanta, I mean, should they act like there are 20,000 new cases of AIDS in Atlanta? Because, you know, we're just gonna say what is the obvious. Atlanta is known as the gay black Mecca. Let's just be honest, and let's just put it out there that Atlanta is the gay black Mecca. Are we in agreement of that? So, in a place where it is described as a black gay mecca, you're going to have those types of situations when you're dealing with a segment of society that has dangerous sex. Let's just be let's just be honest. Dangerous sex. Some people will say that all sex is dangerous, but I beg to differ. Sex between two people that are strictly heterosexual is a lot safer than man on man sex. Let's just be honest. Y'all already know this is adult conversation with Maas. It's after 10 o'clock, 1 minute after 10 o'clock. We're going to keep it real. It's dangerous sex. So when you have people that are having dangerous sex, that have a proclivity to not wanting to use condoms, these are things that are going to happen. You know, we need to stop talking around. We need to stop talking around the problem and speak head on with the problem. Let's just be honest. If there aren't 20,000, there will be 20,000 new cases. Because, like I said, Atlanta is known as the black gay mecca. And if I'm saying something that you all don't agree with, please voice yourself. Voice yourself. Iron sharpens iron. And if I'm saying something that's, but I don't think so. I lived there for 10 years. And when I left, there was a reason that I left Atlanta. There was a reason. It had changed. It wasn't the Atlanta that I was used to. Dark Star said she volunteers at Department of Home, Health and Human Services. Many of the cases are coming from people. Wow. Okay. Dark Star said it is coming from cases of people who have traveled outside the U.S. Dark Star said black women between 18 and 25 have the highest rates of HIV. How is that? How can women be the highest rate of HIV and they're getting it secondhand? That doesn't seem. I listen, we listen to numbers and we listen to things, but sometimes it doesn't add up. And I'm not discounting that, but how are women the highest number of new cases of AIDS? If it's, and there's other ways of getting it, but the most common way that AIDS is from same-sex marriage. How are women the highest rate? I don't believe. Sometimes I think things are said to make black men scared of dealing with black women. And this is one of the cases where I believe that. Now, I can't speak for men going outside the country and having unprotected sex and then coming back to America. I can't really. I can't. I haven't done any research on that. I would need to do some studies on that. YWG said, dudes lying about being straight. Yeah. That is a big. As a man that has been approached by men, that is just, yeah, it's a lot of, yeah, but I meet disrespect with disrespect. Because I take it as disrespect that a man would try to approach me in that way. So I deal with it disrespectfully so it don't happen again. And there are some people that say that, that's bad. No. Don't approach me like that. Put you on blast. Don't approach me like that. Because we play for different teams. Most definitely. And the thing about the PRISM system is when men contract AIDS in jail, they don't have to make any notification to anyone. And I'm one that believes that if you get the monster while you're in jail, I think it should be public notice. People that have HIV, I mean, I'm sorry. It should be, and there are people that's going to say that's an invasion of privacy. No, that's an invasion. It may be an invasion of privacy, but maybe that'll stop somebody because everybody is not truthful. Everybody is not truthful about what they do and the lives they lead. People aren't truthful. Let's talk candid. This is adult conversations. We talk, this is how adults talk. This is a serious situation. If there are 20,000 new cases of HIV in Atlanta, people that live in Atlanta that don't have HIV need to be getting the hell out of there. It's so bad in Atlanta that they got some drug called PrEP that people can take that is supposed to combat AIDS if they come into contact with it. Where they have a built up, they take this PrEP medicine and it overpopulates their immune system, so that in the case they do come in contact, if I gotta live someplace and I gotta take something called PrEP, and it's because I need to have some type of HIV medicine in me in case I come into contact with it, I don't need to live there. I don't need to live there. And there are going to be people that are going to say, oh, there's gay people all over America. Not like Atlanta. Now, there are probably other cities that are comparable to Atlanta, but Atlanta is known as the black gay Mecca. So does there need to be some type of adult sex education? Because it seems like these people don't get it that they're having dangerous sex. And if you're going to be living that lifestyle, protection is not a must. It should be mandated. Unless you are in a relation, a committed, that's another slippery slope. I don't want to live anywhere where they tell me, oh, you should take PrEP just in case you come in contact with somebody who has HIV. There will be enough of this medicine in you that it'll combat it, and maybe you won't get it. No, I just need to leave. I just need to leave that place. That sounds like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what it sounds like. Dudes lying about being straight, DL brothers, unprotected sex. Black women between 18 and 25 are the highest number of new cases. I think those numbers are skewed. Just like I think that there's more black people in America than 12%. The prison system, that is, yeah. Because you have men in prison, and you know the men are, and the department, to me, the Department of Prisons is culpable in the AIDS epidemic in jail. Because you won't give these men condoms, and you know that they're having sex, but you won't give them condoms because if you give them condoms and it's promoting it. No. It's saving lives if you give those. I don't know. Some stuff is backwards. And it's not meant for you to understand it, because if you understood it, you would be up like them. Juggernaut said it's crazy down here in Atlanta. Darkstar said it's getting crazy in Texas. Juggernaut said diseases travel the world. Know yourself and who you sexing up. Strap up and exactly. Know yourself and know who you're messing with. And a lot of women don't know who they're having sex with. I was having this conversation with one of my friends. We're like, if a woman tries to do something with my backside, it's a turnoff. And I'll be like, nah, I'm not with that. But some women, you can't just tell them, nah, I'm not with that. They really gonna try to, yeah. And I had a woman that I was having relations with, and she tried to put her finger in my backside. And I was like, what is you doing? And she's like, oh, it'll make you feel. I said, no, it won't. And I said, if you do that again, man, it's a turn off. Because if I tell you don't do something and you gonna do it anyway, yeah. She tried to do it again. I got straight up. I went soft. Never to get hard again that night. If I tell you I'm not with something, I'm not with it. And if I ask you politely to refrain from doing something and you don't, I meet disrespect with total disrespect. Hey, Jeanette. Yeah. There's this fad out right now. There's a lot of black women who are boinking their men and then staying with them. And have no thoughts of their man being, that's kind of weird. If your man wants you to boink him, he probably wants to get boinked with the real thing. Sometimes you got to read the room, ladies. Sometimes you got to read the room. And I can talk about this stuff confidently, knowing that there's not, I have no secrets. There's nothing in my closet. Yeah. There's no man out there that can say he's done something to me. So yeah, I can speak confidently about these situations because yeah, I love women. But they're, to each his own. And it's no disrespect or not a diss to people that want to live their lives that way, but you have the free will to do what you want to do, but there's consequences to all actions. dangerous sex, you're going to have dangerous outcomes. Can you say the same thing about P-Town, Fire Island, and the yeah, they are. Wow. Jeanette said she only had one thing to say. If a man keeps going back to jail, he has a boyfriend in there. So, hey, I can't speak on that. I've never been to. I've been locked up for a weekend, but I've never did time, so I can't. Can't speak on that, and I don't hope that I never have to speak on that. Yeah, but yeah. Well, didn't break. Wow. That startled the ish out of me. But yeah. I can't I can't speak on that. Like I said, Jeanette, I've never. I can't speak on that. But uh yeah. I have had people tell me that there's a ghost in my apartment, but no. My baby didn't break. My baby didn't break. Sheesh. It slipped out of the sheesh. No, it's not a bootleg nail. I don't know why it fell down, but it came down. Darkstar said it's about dominance with women when they pull that. Yeah, I don't know what yeah, ain't no lady I'm the dominant one. Ain't no lady dominating me. No, I'm not understanding. I don't understand that. I don't understand that, but then I don't understand. But like I said, there are women out there who knowingly mess with men that they know are bisexual. There are women out there who knowingly mess with men that are bi. Because I mean, if your man letting you duke him, somebody's duking him with a real one. Weird times we're living in. Are we safe? Are we safe? Are we safe? We've talked about different types of safe. Are we safe? That was tonight's poll. Are we safe? Somebody said yes, we are safe. Are we safe in a Donald Trump controlled America? Are children safe? We got ice cream trucks riding around at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Is it safe to have sex? We got 20,000 new cases of HIV, uncorroborated, in Washington, Atlanta. In Atlanta. Yeah, I'm safe from this picture. Man, somebody has said that there's a ghost in this apartment, but it's the ancestors. They don't. She don't. Somebody said it's a lady ghost. She don't mess with me. Maybe she. I don't know, maybe I said something that made her mad tonight. I don't know. Yeah, this sister wasn't going out like that. Yeah. Well, I will thank Ryan Leary for that, because this is her painting. This is the casing that she put it in. It fell 6 feet off the ground and bounced, and it didn't break. So another reason to get you a painting from Ryan Nicole Leary. Go check her out. You know her stuff is sturdy. We do know that. Yeah, we're gonna leave that right there though. Jeanette says she know dudes that have who been to jail, prison more than 3 times. They have a man in there. They trying to get back to their man, Jeanette. They are committing crimes to go back in to their man. But how can you say that, Jeanette? Because they might commit a crime and they might get put in a different jail than the person that you saying their boyfriend. Yeah, I'm safe from my picture. I mean, I didn't look at it. I don't know if it jumped off it just fell down. But my thing is how did it knock this off? How did it knock my thermostat off when it's over here? I don't know. Y'all saw it, not me. I just, yeah. But is Atlanta safe? Let's start right there. Is Atlanta? Is Atlanta? Now I do have people I got lots of friends that still live in Atlanta. Maybe I should have had them come on here tonight so I can ask them, do they feel safe in Atlanta? In terms of sexual safe. Sexual safe. Are we safe? I think safe if you use condoms. And that's not 100% safe. Jeanette said, yep, she believes that. Especially if they in their 50s. Been in jail since they were. I never thought about somebody knowingly doing crime to go back into jail to be with somebody. That's a powerful attraction. That's a powerful attraction. And the last topic that we have to talk about tonight, hit the like button. We had an hour and 25 minutes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Quit playing with me. Hit the like button. Women can't poop. And y'all might ask me, why did I pick this topic? because I have several female friends who comment on how much I use the bathroom. If I eat something, I use the bathroom. That's how it's. You eat something, you use the. So I use the bathroom upwards of 3 or 4 times a day. I have a female friend that she doesn't poop for 3 or 4 days. I don't think there's no way I could go 3 days without pooping. Yeah. Anybody that's going to jail over and over, yeah. I spent the weekend in jail, and if I don't never see another jail in my life, I'm good. Yeah, that weekend, yeah, I seen enough of jail. I didn't need to see no. I didn't need to see another jail after I spent the weekend in jail. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. It wasn't fun. But yeah, men who keep on going back. I don't want to throw that. I don't want to throw that jacket on there. I don't want to throw that. There are some men that probably but I think some men circumstance leads them to commit crimes. I don't think that men are out here in large numbers committing crimes to get back to their boyfriends. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't want to say that, Jeanette. I don't want to say that men are committing crimes to go back to their boyfriend. I don't want to say that. Now, we know that there probably are some men that do that, but Jug, thank you for staying tonight, brother. Thank you for coming through. I'm gonna hit you up. I gotta tell you something. So I hit you up, brother. Yeah, I can understand where you coming from, Jeanette. Jeanette said she spent 8 hours in jail when she was 27. Ain't never, yeah, yeah. That wasn't fun. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I don't think I ate nothing the whole week. Now, that was one time that I didn't use the bathroom for 3 days when I was locked up for a weekend. Yeah, I didn't use the bathroom that week. But yeah, women are constipated far more than men. And they say that it's, for one, women's large intestines is 2 feet. Yeah, women's large intestines is 2 feet longer than a man's. So basically, it takes food longer to travel through a woman. Now, they say it's physiological as well as because of hormones that women use the bathroom less. So y'all full of shit. Full of shit. Hey, Bud Files. Yeah, women, I mean, now we know. Now we as men know that all the years that men have been saying women are full of shit, it's literal. Because your intestines is 2 feet longer than a man's. So it takes food longer to travel through your body. And then because of the hormones that are in your body, they're saying that, you know, and because of menstruation, bloating, it can plug you up. And that's what it says right here on Henry Ford Health. It says there are plenty of theories about why women tend to be more constipated than men. But most experts believe it boils down to anatomy and physiology. Studies show women's colons. Okay, I said 2 feet, 10 centimeters longer than men's on average. And then going to shifting the hormones, which are more common in women, may also play a role. Hormones like estrogen and progesterone, which fluctuate as part of menstruation, pregnancy, and menopause, can clog you up. So your period can clog you up, women, as well as the amount of estrogen and progesterone that you have in your body. Add it all together, and it takes food longer to travel through a woman's GI tract. Unfortunately, that also makes women more prone than men to other tummy troubles, like bloating, IBS, and pelvic floor issues. And basically, they say that just women, you just need to have more fiber intake. Women need to have more fiber intake. So you got to get that. You got to start using that Metamucil a little earlier. You got to add some fiber. You might want to drink some probiotics. They got some nice sodas. Probiotic sodas are good. I can't think of the name of them. They come in really nice looking cans. I shop at this place called the Fresh Market, and I can't think of the name of that brand, but they have like 15 different flavors, and it doesn't taste like a probiotic soda, but they're so good. I can't think of the name of them. Dark Star said alcohol has an effect on women being more constipated than men. Yeah, because my friends, they make fun of me because I use the bathroom so much, but my metabolism is, I guess, on average, I would guess that a man's metabolism is a little bit faster than a woman's, being that you all have a longer intestine, mixed in with menstruation and estrogen, progesterone. Yeah, y'all need to drink more fiber. As well as how much meat you eat. That stuff can stop you up. So to my friends who make fun of me, yeah, now you know. Women stay more constipated than men. Women stay more constipated than men. So now you ladies know. You have a longer intestine, and mixed in with your menstruation cycle and estrogen and progesterone and other hormones that are in your body, it slows your metabolism. So now you know. Drink Metamucil, drink some probiotics, maybe you'll poop a little bit more. But yeah, it's your boy, Maas Appeal. And yeah, it's been a week and a half. I really, I can't express to you all how much I missed you all. But right now, YouTube ain't paying the bills, so I got to do what pays the bills. And sometimes it takes away from me being on here. But just know that, yeah, your boy, I'm back. I'm not going nowhere. My painting fell down. Kind of startled me. I don't know what my face looked like. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the. I might not even move. I don't know, but I don't know if I jumped or nothing. But I'm gonna go back and look at the video. I'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be more of a. I mean, I like this show too. We're talking about different topics where we don't get caught up in one topic for 2 hours. But tomorrow's topic will, I'll have a set topic. I think I'm going to do a show on relationships. We've been talking a lot of politics lately. I got to find something good, relationship-wise, that we can talk about. Maybe even involve the 300,000 women and the number is growing, that have lost their jobs since April. Women that were independent. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of those women are going to be able to find jobs, but yeah, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Can women change their wants to look at their needs? That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. But I may have to do a 2-hour show on the ice cream trucks. That is weird. That is very, very weird. Ice cream trucks riding around 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
It's weird any way you look at it. Donald Trump, he take over. 1,000 beats out. What we talked about tonight. Different types of mistakes. You have to watch your back. You have to watch your because there are knowingly or unknowingly. Stay vigilant. Keep up with what's going on around you. Stay aware of your surroundings. Don't run up on
Lab Addicts
ice
Music
cream
Group.
trucks if you're a woman at 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah. It's been a week and a half. I enjoyed being back. It was good
Lab
talking
Addicts
to my
Music Group.
peoples that I deal with on a daily basis with Maas. I see you tomorrow night. This was another edition of Adult Conversations with Maas. Peace. Out.